What's happening and how's it going? Welcome back. I'm just back from holiday, so I am going to try and see if I can have a look at the new BMW GSA, which is at Barry Robson's in York, a motorbike dealership, a BMW motorbike dealership, a very good BMW motorbike dealership. I was in two minds whether to come because I've just come back from holiday, but I've decided I'm going to go and see if I can have a look. My only concern is no one seems to be taking photos, so I don't know whether they'll let me take a video of it or even a photo. I'd like to think that they would, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, come along with me and let's see what we can see. Right.
Yeah.
Comfy, darling?
Oh, but that's the thing that's when good thing about the GSE is if you're on it and it's moving, you could be on 100cc and just
Is your heart going such a better?
I'm liking that.
how's it going? That was fantastic. I have to admit, I was rather surprised at the design of the 1300 JSA. I wasn't sure what to expect. Everything that I've seen from the presser to some YouTube shots, it looked an ugly bike, and actually up close it's not at all. It looks like a 1250 on steroids, but totally redesigned. You know, you've went from Sylvester Stallone to Arnold Schwarzenegger, really. It's got everything that you would need to do any sort of a long haul. There's bits that have been added to it that are just there for you to add more luggage. You know, the side of the fuel tank, you know that TourTech or Lone Rider and companies like that will be putting extras out so that you can put extra luggage on there. There's electricity points, lecky points all over it, so you can charge your 12 volt panniers, top boxes, everything it's going to be just a bike built for everything: touring, off-road, dirt biking. It's got it all. I mean, I will be honest with you, if you're going to go green laning, you probably just want the standard 1300. You wouldn't want to be doing anything, I think, on that. But the surprise of it all for me is how light it was. So they wouldn't let us obviously start it up, and we couldn't go out and have a look at it and test ride it, but you could throw your leg over it and take it off the stand, and I did that, and I have to admit it was super light. Big boxer engine, air liquid cooled, bit of a mix. Gearbox is sat now underneath into the front, and that allows you to have manual gearbox, or you can also get it with the similar to the DCT. I think they're calling it the ASA. I'll confirm that anyway. But yeah, it is just a fantastic bike. And while I'm on the subject, although I've recorded bits in there, I didn't record myself, solely because there was a lot of people around it, and I did get the chance to have 5 minutes just with the bike on its own. But I was having a bit of a conversation and with one dude in there, and he was saying I'd probably give it a year, and he's probably right. He's got a 1250. I went out in the 1250, I test rode the 1250 a couple of months ago, triple black, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. There wasn't anything wrong with it. But now I think he's right. You look at the Pan Americas and stuff like that as well. I'd probably give it a year and then just iron out any problems that comes out, any snagging, anything at all, because you'll never get it anyway until you are actually out there and you're riding it and you're ragging it and you're throwing it around corners and up and down passes. But from what I've seen at the moment, it's not the most beautiful bike out there. You're not talking multi-stradas, you're not talking even the 1300, the slimmed down, or the Tiger 1200. It's an uglier bike than them, but it's beautiful in its own right. It's beautiful in its own way. I can't express that anymore. The press release for it, they're either really clever with it, or they've maybe not thought about it and it's just caught on. But when you look at it, you think, somebody said, I read a thing saying it looks like one of the key fobs that you get for your BMW, and you'll not be able to unsee it. And then I couldn't unsee it until I went in there, and there's curves, there's everything. It is stunning. And even the centre stand kind of folds up, so where you would normally just take your centre stand down, pick the bike back, and up it would go. This has got like a fold, so it's just out the way, it's not getting caught on anything. They've literally thought about this design. So my my honest opinion of it, and I'll drive home and I'll think about it, and I'll probably think about it tomorrow as well, but my honest opinion of it would be I would probably leave it for a year, but for the price to what I saw there, there isn't anything there really that I was at prior. The Tiger 1200 would be a little bit more, would be cheaper. Pan America fairly similar. Ducati is huge. Don't get me wrong. I genuinely believe the Ducati Multistrada, top of the range or bottom of the range, or what is the bike, the adventure bike to beat. But it's too pricey. And then you've now got this, which is it's just a total different animal. And I do think that this will wipe that competition completely out. I do think that this will be the bike. Really, what they should have done was got Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman to do the latest long way series on two of these, because they just flew out the door. I revisited the old the long way route in episode 1 where KTM let them down. I always think it's KTM just kicking themselves that little bit. And then the long way up, they obviously had their own challenges to do, so they went on the Harleys. But for this one, I think for this launch and for this bike, for what it is, they should have done something and just threw the bikes at them, threw the kit at them, because that would have just blew the sails out the water. And I'm sure it'll do well. It'll do fantastic. But yeah, I just think it needed something like that. It needed something like that just about this time, you know. But yeah, it's a bike, and it's, again, I mean, I'll think about it. I'll probably go over more of the pros and the cons of everything and what it is and all that sort of stuff. But from what I've seen at the moment, it's absolutely perfect. It's a great bike. Probably the best adventure bike you'll get on the market. For overall touring, for long hauls, for short hauls, for camping, the lot, everything. And before I forget, even the adaptive seat height for 560 quid, I think he was saying. I mean, what you've seen in the video is the lowest that it was at, and then the minute I pressed the adaptive on it, it was taking me up, and I'm 6'4", and I was on my tiptoes, but I could adjust it to anything that I wanted. It's fantastic, really good. Right, I'll wrap it up there for now, because it's Saturday and I've got a bit to do. So I'll see you all in the next one.